Hi friends, and welcome back to yet another vlog. So for this week's positivity segment, I want to talk about what is the real first step in a healing process. And by healing, I mean it can be any kind of healing. It can be healing from a physical illness, mental illness, a breakup, addiction, really anything. So we often hear that the first step towards getting better is to admit you have a problem. And that's kind of the first half of the first step. Yes, you do need to admit that there's a problem there somewhere, be it, as I say, mental or physical. There's something going on that shouldn't be happening. But that's not the only thing we need to do. Not only do we need to accept that something's wrong, we also need to see how much of it we can handle ourselves. So when you've realized that something's not right and you've accepted that, the next step, and it has to happen pretty much immediately, and that's why for me it's the second half of the first step, it's finding out how much of it can you handle by yourself and how much do you need help for it. A very basic example that pretty much everyone has gone through at some point in their life is the common cold. You realize you're sick, and that's kind of the first half of the first step, is to realize and accept that, yeah, you have a cold. And then the next thing to do is to see, is it bad enough to need to go to the doctor, or can you just kind of wear it out at home? Most of us with a cold decide to just deal with it ourselves at home, and we all have our own little techniques that help us. But that thought process, that moment of, do I need to go to the doctor, or can I just have my typical hot tea at home, is an important part of healing from anything. And that thought process stays with you from the moment you realize or accept that you're sick or have something wrong until the moment you're fully healed. What can start off as the common cold can end up being much, much worse. For example, bronchitis. And at that point, you do need professional help. This is the same with depression. Some forms of depression we feel comfortable with handling ourselves, but it can get worse and then we need the help of a professional. The important first step of healing is not just to accept that you need help, it's finding out what type of help you need. Do you think this is something that you can manage by yourself, or maybe with the help of your loved ones? Or do you think that this is something a professional needs to help you with? Remember, seeing a professional of any kind is okay. Mental health is often compared to diabetes. Why? Because if someone says they're diabetic, people always say, have you seen a doctor about it? How often do you see your doctor about it? Etc, etc. Nobody shames them for it, and we should do the same thing with mental health. When you realize that you have a mental health issue and you decide that you need to see a mental professional, that doesn't mean you're insane or weird or different. It means you're human and you need help. We all need help at some point in our life from some kind of a medical professional, be it for a broken leg or for depression. So when you've realized and that you've accepted that you need help with something, as I say, it could be mental health, physical health, a breakup, addiction, whatever, you then need to decide, how do you want to handle your healing process? And remember, that decision that you make, say you decide to start seeing a doctor, that doesn't mean you need to see a doctor all the way until you've finished healing. With a broken leg, for example, you see a doctor when it initially happens, they'll put on a cast, they might do some checkups after a couple of weeks or a couple of months, but you don't need to see them every single day, but you're still taking part in the healing process yourself at home. And a breakup's the same thing. Yes, a breakup, you may not need to see a doctor, but it's up to you to decide, can you handle the breakup yourself, or do you need your family or your friends to help you? And as I sort of touched on earlier on with saying that if you need a doctor, that is okay to need a doctor, asking for help of any kind isn't a sign of weakness. On the contrary, it's actually a sign of immense strength to be able to look in on ourselves and say, wow, I cannot handle this myself and I need someone who can help me to help me. That shows that you understand who you are and you know your limits. Understanding ourselves and our limits and what we can handle and being okay with not being able to handle everything is a huge sign of strength and maturity. So next time anything happens to you, be it physical or mental injury, just remember, your first step of healing isn't just to accept that something's happened, it's to decide what your next step is going to be. Do you need professional help, or are you okay by yourself? And bearing in mind that that can fluctuate throughout the entirety of the healing process. And on that note, you're never alone. No matter what you're going through, someone else has gone through it too, and they can help you with that. Reaching out for help can be extremely scary, but it can also be extremely liberating. So if you do decide that you need help, make sure you reach out. So Ben and I went to the mall today and we found these! The Lion King pops! I'm so excited. I absolutely love the hyenas in The Lion King. A friend of mine and myself are always just quoting them like back and forth just constantly. And these are limited edition, so I'm really excited. They were the only box in the shop, so I'm really, really excited I managed to get them. The only problem is I don't know where to put them on my set. Yes, I am unboxing them even if they're limited edition because I believe buying things means having them, not leaving them in a box. Also, I want to play with them. Oh yeah, they can stand up. Who are they, Nanny? She spotted the camera again. Shut up! Hello. Do you know which one's which, Ben?
That's Ed.
Mm-hmm.
That's the two others.
Okay, which one's Bonsai and which one's Shenzi?
That's Bonsai. That's Shenzi.
Yes.
I'm so good at it.
Shenzi has the long hair because she's a girl. Ben, what do you think? Oh! Sorry, the sudden camera movement is because of Nanny. So, we've got the hyenas here with Simba and Talk Disney to Me, which is quite good because Lion King is one of my favourite Disney movies. Then up here, we moved Spyro and Sparks up one. Snowy's moved back a little bit. Merida's moved more to the foreground. The tiny little Hermione's still there. The Creeper is now hiding. Actually, that's quite funny. The Creeper's creeping. He's doing typical Creeper stuff and hiding behind stuff. And then we've got all the bubbles. Gaston's hiding back there. And Heimdall is with Loki, because they're from the same universe and universe. Like the same cinematic universe, but also the same realm within the universe. That was my attempt at a joke. Good morning, Nanny. Look at you sitting on your throne. No. So it's Thursday today, it's just after lunch, and I'm about to go to the hairdressers to get this taken care of, because it's long. It's getting really, really long at this point, and I should have probably gone a few weeks ago, but I didn't. So I'm going now. At least I'm getting it taken care of. What? Nanny just wants to be on camera all the time.
On the Story Diver Discord, Jess was saying that I was eating sour sweeties at home, and she was saying that she really doesn't like those. So people suggested that we do a little compilation of her eating sour sweets, sour things in general, and seeing if she makes a face or not. So I've prepared a little combination. There's Sour Patch Max Super Sour. There is 90% cocoa super dark chocolate, and there's a lemon. So let's call her and see how she does with those. Jess, can you come? Hi.
What's happening?
Come here.
No. What are you gonna make me do?
Just gotta eat three things.
I'm not eating that.
Yes, you are. Come on.
Do I have to eat them in a specific order?
I guess you can choose.
Oh, thanks. That's so sweet.
Yes, so sweet. A bit sour too, but mainly sweet.
I don't want to.
So that's the sour sweet from the Max Super Sour pack.
I'm assuming you've explained I don't do sour.
Yes.
Oh god. Do I have to eat the whole thing?
Yeah, just put it in your mouth.
Is that enough?
No, just eat it.
I didn't even lick any sugar off. It's all still there. Ooh. I'm done.
No, you still have 2 things to eat. It's chocolate. You like chocolate.
I'm leaving that for the end, I think.
Okay. So you're eating the lemon?
Do I have to have that big of a piece?
Yeah, you take a bite.
Can I have a smaller piece?
Just take a bite out of that. A bigger bite than that.
Oh god. So sorry to give you. How big of a bite?
A bite.
Done.
Big bite.
Very nice. I don't want to.
Don't lick it.
Oh,
Just bite into it.
Oh, do you want some? Here. You get the lemon. Ah. It's nasty, isn't it? You want some? No. I'm gonna make you bite into a lemon too.
What?
Do I have to have the whole cube?
Yes.
Oh! It's drying my mouth. Goopy. I just bit myself. I feel like there's more chocolate in my mouth than when I started.
Uh-oh.
You eat it.
Okay.
No, big bite. I have to take a big bite.
What you up?
I'm just getting better lighting. You just take another.
Do I have to do the other 2?
No, because you like sour sweets and dark chocolate. Why you like them? I don't know. Do you want more lemon?
Yummy.
Gimme! Gimme! So some of you who have known me for a very long time know that I was, and now I can say still am, a huge Jonas Brothers fan. I never got the chance to actually see them in concert. I saw them open for Avril Lavigne when I was 12. Yes, I liked Avril Lavigne also. Nanny, stop chewing. And obviously I'm really, really happy about the Jonas Brothers being back. But one thing that makes me extremely happy is... Say what you just said to me.
I've got suckers stuck in my head.
Yeah, you
Because you played it like at volume 30 in the car this morning.
It came on in the radio and I got so excited. I put it on so loud. Normally our radio is at volume like 22, 23 and I did ramp it up to like 30 and I was dancing in the car. But like, it's the Jonas Brothers.
So it did get stuck in my head. Didn't have a choice.
Yeah, but now you've just looked up and chosen your favourite of the 3.
Yes.
Who's your favourite?
I don't know the middle one of my 3 dads. I don't know the names. Kevin.
Kevin.
Kevin's the prettiest.
Which you can all agree is wrong. Nick is the best. Nanny, stop it! Nanny obviously has something to say about the Jonas Brothers. No, Nick has always been and will always be the best. Don't at me.